Hello everybody, my name is Kyle and this YouTube channel is called Viva La Lather. This is the very first episode of a channel that is about shaving one's face and discussing all manner of things current to the day. A little barbershop chat about anything from politics, science, pop culture, and everything in between. So hope you enjoy it. The very first episode, I'm going to show those of us gents who have a nice prominent cleft, also known as a butt chin. I'm going to show you some techniques to shave it and not cut yourself or experience any kind of discomfort or miss any of the hairs there on your chin. I'm not really going to talk about the basics. There are plenty of other YouTube videos out there. Highly recommend Geo Fatboy. Geo's a guy who runs shavenation.com. They're a great little American small business run out of a Chicago suburb, and you should check them out. That's where I get a lot of my stuff that I use for shaving. I'm not going to go into detail. Speaking of the things I use for shaving, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the things that I use in this particular episode. This one's just going to be short and sweet. I'm just going to lather up, do a quick shave, and we'll pay particular attention to this area of the cleft chin. All right, here we go. All right, so I've just made my lather, and today I happen to be using Taylor of Old Bond Street, Mr. Taylor's shaving cream. I got it a while back as a gift, and it's pretty nice. Taylor of Old Bond Street is kind of the tried and true golden standard in shaving cream, at least from what I've seen. And this one kind of has a little bit of an old-timey barbershop scent to it. Not very strong. It's pleasant. Not super. I'm not really super into it, but gets the job done, and no real complaints. Actually, it's not right here. I won't get into the details of how to do a lather. It's not as thick as I normally would like. I was being a little conservative with the shave cream today. So, one thing, I got into shaving my face, clean shave and wet shave, a little more last winter, about a year ago. I just wanted to kind of up my shaving game, if you will. Try all those, like, your Harry's and Dollar Shave Club, all that, because most of the time before that, I just kind of used a beard trimmer and just kind of went with a all around stubble, and I would just trim it a couple times a week. But then COVID came along, of course, and we all had to start wearing masks, and when I wore the mask, I got some irritation on my face, and it was kind of that irritation, dry skin, flaking, redness, stuff you don't want. Having that facial hair just kind of exacerbated the problem, so I decided to give wet shaving a try, and I arrived at using the safety razor. This one happens to be the Mula R41. I really like it. It's not what I started with, but I'll tell you more about that later in another episode. But for now, let's get shaving. If you wear glasses like I do, highly recommend you wear them during shaving, because most of us are nearsighted. I don't know if it would be helpful if you were farsighted and had different kind of lenses in there. I cannot say if wearing glasses during shaving would help. So in the news today, I saw there's a lot of controversy around Prince Harry's new memoir. As the Brits maybe say, controversy. And one of the things apparently Prince Harry said in his memoir is about his experience as a soldier in the military. I think he was a helicopter pilot, maybe did some other things from the ground. But apparently he talked about how he has 25 confirmed kills personally of, did I say 25? Yeah, 25 confirmed kills of enemy fighters. And he was talking about how, you know, you have to see the enemy as not human, right? It just psychologically makes it easier to, unfortunately, do what you need to do to eliminate the enemy, right? And there's this whole kerfuffle over it, and I think like the Taliban said something in a tweet or something or other. It's just, it's a big deal, and it doesn't need to be. I mean, war is war, right? Like, you can't, I mean, at the end of the day, like, soldiers have been doing the same thing throughout all history, seeing the enemy as not human, subhuman, what have you, right? Like animals or an object, even not even like a living being, right? I don't know what the big stink is, to be perfectly honest. And frankly, I don't know what the hell the Taliban is doing, tweeting about treating others as subhuman. Like, what are you complaining about, Taliban? You guys have a terrible human rights record, especially when it comes to women. Jeez. I mean, clearly, you Taliban folks see women as subhuman. It's not very difficult to figure that one out. Alright, so a fair portion of my shave is done already. I always do the mustache last. It just happens to be where some of the coarser hairs on my face are, and it's a little more sensitive as well, so I kind of leave it to do it on its own. But now we're in the chin area, which I'm going to cover today in this video. I like to go over just very, roughly is the wrong word to use because it implies that like I'm like roughly shaving, but I would say just like a cursory, quick. You want to do kind of a once over. This is not the once over. I already did the once over, and you're really not going to get very much. It's kind of a repeat of the once over, a twice over that makes it, I guess. But you know, just very light, like very. Your grip is going to be good, of course, but very light pressure, almost nothing. You're almost just getting close to the skin, and then just moving the razor, right? That's all you're doing. Right, so getting a little ahead of myself almost. But the key to being a beginner shaver, and a lot of people say, oh, it takes months for you to perfect your technique or whatever. Well, yes and no. I mean, you can do what I did. You're probably doing that right now, going on YouTube, looking up how-to videos about shaving, etc. And what did he say? Yes and no. Oh, and you'll learn all the basic techniques, like how to hold and grip, and how to move the razor along your face. So aside from the basics, what takes time is just getting to know your own face, is what I have found, right? Like, not everybody has this massive butt chin like I do. I've got a few on my face. I maybe be able to tell, but I've got some what are called angiomas on my nose and like on the skin, like around here. And so I need to be careful of that, because an angioma is just almost like a little blood blister that's really small. Sometimes you can see them, but sometimes they blend in really well with the skin. But either way, it's like it's raised skin that's raised up off the surface, and it makes it more vulnerable to getting sliced open by a razor blade. So that's also part of learning how your face is, how the skin is, etc., the shape, and what you need to do to um, keep the skin taut as you shave. So I have found things to be most successful when I kind of split my face up into different sections and just kind of focus on one at a time. Obviously, you can see I don't have the shaving cream on my whole face anymore. It's just down here. But so right now I'm going with the grain, with the grain, and the hairs on each cheek of my butt chin, if you will, they grow toward the opposite, or toward the same side, like toward the outside here, like so. And so I will just, again, very gently. You'll have to probably do it several times. And each time you kind of add a little bit more pressure until the skin, the hairs are sufficiently cut. So this skin, it's very, like, at least here, there's, like, I don't know, fat, cartilage, whatever the hell is here. Sure, it's probably not, maybe, and it's probably not muscle. Maybe it is, I don't know. But it's very difficult to keep the skin here taut while you're shaving. It's just very, I have a hard time with it, holding like so and trying to get in there. And that's why I started to employ the like very slowly you add more pressure not each pass, but each time you lather up is like a phase, right? So the first time it's just like very gentle, you're not even touching the skin, you're like just above the skin and just moving that blade across. Second go around, add more pressure, third go around, etc. So I'm just going to take a moment to finish up the side of each each side of the cleft. All right, I'm back. So, you see, left a little bit of shaving cream on there. So once you've cut each side of the cleft of your chin, it'll be a nice smooth skin there, and it'll dry out after you've shaved it. So it kind of makes it more grippy. But I know this is going to sound kind of funny. It's going to look kind of funny. I haven't found any better way to shave the crack of the butt chin, but here goes. So you got to grip each cheek of the butt chin, one with your thumb, the other with your index finger, middle finger, what have you, and you gotta separate and split the cheeks on your butt chin, and then you'll just get the blade in there, and just as you did before, you're going to use that kind of gentle, just above the skin technique, going out, going this way on this side, like kind of more toward this end, and then If you're going this way, all right, you're gonna shave this way. So you're just gonna slowly get the hairs there. You'll probably have to add more shaving cream as I'm about to do. And you'll slowly just eventually just cut all the hairs. You always want to be gentle and careful, of course, and you're gonna want a good close look at it as well. You can see that I'm not quite done shaving, so I'm gonna wrap that up after I stop the recording. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial about shaving with a safety razor. Go ahead and subscribe, even though this is the very first video. We'll see how this goes. It's a little bit of a trial run. Comment below if you want me to discuss a particular topic in politics, science, religion, philosophy, any kind of social sciences. I just like to talk about it. We'll do a quick little barbershop chat. Let me know what you think in the comments down below as well of the video, and take care of yourself and shave well.